Welcome to the Life Outside the Streets Live, where entertainment and healing meets in one building. Lots of love from the Lots family. And to introduce myself, my name is Trey, also known as Bug. And we're gonna have fun tonight. That's how we gonna do that.
Chill. Black Seeds, Spanish Strong Records, let's go! Skins Entertainment, Jamaican and Black Seeds, No Love Music, Gold Squad, Philip, let's get it, I'm back. I went from businessman to dope man, was back to businessman. I'm fresh out the can, did it all from hand to hand, to front of your man. Now watch me in the prize without a gram in my hand. From selling these flows to sell out shows. I say my brand on the T and watch me sell out clothes. I look at the game to see a bunch of sellout pros who forgot where they came with nowhere to go. I bet you think that little change gonna last through the war, but it's not. I'm dropping bombs like a US drone on all these whack rappers, studio wanksters. If you ain't heard, smart as the new gangster. And I'm a scholar. I turn my time into bank into dollars. I turn my dollars into power for my riders. No more powder. Now we seeing brick money by the hour. For these bars, for these cars, for these critters, for these books, for these stars. We living life outside of these streets and we in charge. We still popping bottles with the bottles by the bar. You still think busting your gang make you hard? You still trying to bring the A's back, you retards? You should have studied street talk up the Ford. That's why it's real street talk, you a fraud. Just like it's real street talk, I'm a boss. No Ross, I'm talking me before the deal. Cause I ain't signed yet. I lost track, turning 4 into 9 then. Got locked and bounced back like LeBron. Down South Beach, man, 4 freaks. Parolees can't hold me down. Catch me in SK rolling around. Ocean Drive going loud by the pound. Why you cyber dating on Instagram? I've been out with 2 mommies with their head to the ground. Show them what it's like to live life out of town. Listen, I ain't nothing like these new age clowns. I can tell you mad by the size of your frown. While I be smiling over everything, and I ain't ducking the law, I'm getting corporate chance. Since I ain't get it at 20, I'ma get it at 30. Like Hustler with a team full of babes except I ain't selling them sex, I'm selling them game. And I ain't talking about crack, and pushing that cane. It's bigger than bricks and it's bigger than pounds. It's like it's bigger than clips and it's bigger than rounds. I'm talking bumping paper, but it's mixed with opals. On the muscle like B when it tastes like opals. But I muscle like 50 as I'm taking over. I got a swag like Gilly, get your horse in order. They call me Philly's most wanted high across the border. I run the streets like Mac with no baking soda. This for my niggas up top, using steaming water. Soup packs and chip bags just to feed the hunger. You never see your daughter, baby mom chasing number. She forgot about them bands in the red bottles. Your man forgot about them grams in the red bottles. Time to forget about them and focus on your empire. Get to know your job, get to know your guy. Get in shape, get that beer on body and make them if that ain't ooh, I make them stop, drop. I shut them down and open up shop. Listen, it's Dark Man next without the rock. When I put that all black Audi on the block, they gon' think I'm back OT at close spot. Whole time I'm back OT for the show block. Tearing down doors with holes from your block. And I never diss my city when I drop again. For the record, I'm Gio when I'm spitting, but never when I'm flipping. We can all get this chicken. Catch me at Monaco with Glass Scholar doing business. Moses said I got $1 billion vision, so that mean I'm on $1 billion mission. Fuck a crib, I want $1 billion kitchen, $1 billion whip with $1 billion engine. That's at least $3 billion for expenses. I'm paranoid and I'm tripping 'cause I keep flipping this money that I'm getting. It ain't come from a bird in my kitchen. It ain't come from a whore that I'm pimping. It ain't come from the Glock I put the clip in. No. This cash, man. Go with this cash. Remember this time around. Make sure brothers, sense the team. Gang. Full swap. We mix life outside the streets, man. Let's get it. That's it. That's it. Good evening, good evening, good evening. She made me CEO Jon McKay. Welcome to Life Outside the Streets Live. We live here at the Rotunda, the legendary Rotunda. If you don't know where it's at, we at 40th and Walnut, 4014 Chestnut Avenue. I'm the founder and president of Life Outside the Streets. Our mission is to treat trauma through arts, education, and information. And since we've started this as an initiative way back in 2007, the Rotunda was the first place, I would say, big stage that I performed on. And shout out to my mentor, Dr. Maurice Henderson. He was a staff person at Girard College where I graduated from. And he brought me out to perform with him. And I've been performing here and hosting shows here ever since. If you don't know about the Philadelphia Rotunda, it's a historical building. We're here on Drexel or Penn's campus, I don't know, between the two. I believe it's Penn's campus. And it's been here, and they open their doors to arts and artists in our city. You know, just as long as you can come and honor and respect all people, they'll open the doors to you. Here on Life Outside the Streets Live, where entertainment meets healing. You're going to get educated in between performances by myself and a few others around what trauma is, how to treat your trauma. And we're going to give you a brief, short presentation on, you know, our plan to stop the violence and end addiction here in Philadelphia. So first and foremost, when it comes to treating trauma, you know, trauma or toxic stress, you know, it can be triggering. It can be triggering by me just saying a thing, naming a place, bringing in the smell. Anything can trigger your untreated trauma. Trauma in itself isn't bad, but trauma, which is a medical term for stress, but more specifically, it stands for toxic stress. So stress in itself isn't bad. It actually helps build endurance and make things stronger. But it becomes toxic when the stress causes you to change behavior, causes you to start doing things that are harmful to yourself and others, and that's what it's called trauma. And when it goes untreated, it's like every other virus. You know, it takes your behavior, it takes your thoughts, it starts taking away your life, taking away, you know, your family, having you stealing, killing, doing all types of things. But the great news is we can treat our trauma. You know, that's why artists and hip-hop artists and entertainers and writers are so successful, because they were able to take that toxic stress and turn it into good trauma, into good stress, healthy stress, by using art as an outlet, as you just seen me and you'll see many others do. So Life Outside the Streets, we're just dedicated to not only breaking down what trauma is, but telling you about the treatment, which you'll hear a lot more. But I went all the way there to say you always must have a safety plan. Like I told you, those artists and those people that are successful, whether they did it intentionally or not, they took that toxic stress and they did something good with it. Often that's not the case. When we don't have a plan, you know, when we don't have a plan for something, oftentimes when it comes about, it often, you know, damages us. So I'm gonna just actually, you know, it's just a few people here in the audience, but if your clothes were to catch on fire, what were you taught to do? Stop, drop, and roll, right? If you were to have a headache or something, you know, there's no wrong answer, but if you was to have a headache, what would you do to deal with the headache? Anybody? Take a Tylenol, take a nap, drink some water, you understand? If you were to be exposed to some trauma or toxic stress, what are you to do? Exactly. Go on about your life, right? Absolutely not. But that's what we've been doing, right? We've been going on about our lives. But the point I wanted to point out is that we don't have a clear plan. This is something that comes about every single day. Every single day we're met with unexpected stress that can often turn into toxic stress. And the reason why it turns into toxic stress, because when it comes into us as stress, because we don't have a plan to deal with stress, it has a great opportunity to turn into toxic stress. So today, we want you to leave entertained, feel, entertained, but most importantly, we want you to leave educated on how to treat your trauma. Educated on having a plan on dealing with it next time, not if. The next time that stress or toxic stress in particular comes your way, you'll have a plan. So a part of your safety plan has to be two things. Something you can think of or do that makes you feel better no matter what, no matter where you at. So you need something you can think of, because often, sometimes we can't go nowhere. If you're a student in class or a child in the home, you're having a bad time, you can't go nowhere, right? So I might be at a meeting in front of somebody, talking to an officer, talking to my parent, talking to somebody that's triggering me, and they're making me get upset, and I can't go nowhere. So I need to be able to think of something that is going to calm me down, ultimately bring me to peace, or at least make me feel good. So you need to identify that thing. You don't have to share it with me, but I need to know you have that one thing. That if somebody performs something, if I say something while I'm educating you on what trauma is and it triggers you to get upset, I need to know you got that one thing you can think of to calm yourself down, to reset, to bring peace back. If you got that one thing you can think of, just give me a thumbs up. You understand that makes you feel better, and I know we can move forward. For me, I'll share with you my one thing. It's my daughter. I think of her, I could be in a crisis, I could be arguing, I could be, this is really like the first time she probably even heard me share that she's in my safety plan, because most of the time she's not with me. But I think of her, I'm going to calm down. You understand? My brother, they can bring her up, you'll think about love. No matter what's going on, it's going to trigger me to reset. Now you need that physical thing. It may be to take a walk. It may be to close your eyes. It may be to pray. It may be to put your head down. It may be to leave out the room. I say this to parents, just people, period. But oftentimes when somebody that you're having a conflict with you is trying to exit, especially when it's your child, they're not trying to be disrespectful. They're trying to get to a safe space. You understand? Once you're triggered and you get upset, your body, without you thinking, is going to try to get you to safety. Pain is a signal to do something. When we're trying to exit, sometimes I know as parents, like, where are you going? I'm talking to you. But they really need, when you need to reset, you need some time to yourself. But sometimes when we adults, you going to listen to this right now, and we're escalating the situation. So, but you need to have something physical that you can do as well. Maybe get a glass of water. But when you got that physical thing, give me a thumbs up, and that lets me know that we can move forward with the show. Everybody straight here. All right, line up the next track, and then y'all be lined up for the next fact. Let's go. It should be Treat Your Trauma. Turn it up. It was 6 of us in one bedroom. Even though my uncle owned the building, it was still cold. Like a jail cell. And the phone calls that I've been taking since 4, now I'm 34. Slow it down, I can't skip all the loss I saw. It was almost Christmas on banging on the front door. I let them in and I can tell that it was wrong. I had Terry left home, now she gone. I wanted to cry, but the tears ain't never come. I swear, it's like my heart been close to 16 and I ain't even know. A year later, grandma body in the same boat. Now it's left the world cause my heart turned cold. Yes, I graduated from Gerard, now I think I'm grown. 25, 8, I'm on the block, now I'm bold. It had me popping bottles and chrome into the phone call. I was shot dead on the corner. We sprinted to the block with the Glocks fully loaded. Before I knew it, RU was at the corner. But when it stop, will it ever be over me while I'm treating my trauma? Blowing on that south. Diesel, flying high in the ego. Popping miles and popping bottles to stay peaceful. For a second, then I'm right back trapping. Trying to treat my trauma with cash, but it won't happen. I kept relaxing, waking up stressed until I learned the science on how this trauma my brain gave it. The sex, the money, the death, the drugs. How you want to treat it when you living in the fall? Through art, through music, through roots, through love. I promise I'ma treat it till we all healed up. The sex, the money, the death, the drugs. How you want to treat it when you living in the fall? Through art, through music, through roots, through love. I promise I'ma treat it till we all healed up. I swear, it was love at first sight. I met her on the block, I never seen her in my life. I was only 16, but I know she was my wife. I'm pump faced, so I ain't get it that night. Next day, I was posted on the porch like a light. I know she coming back and I ain't pump faking twice. Sure enough, she double back down Gray Street. Claimed she was looking for a girlfriend, but she found me. Sweetheart, I'm right here, who you looking for? She started smiling over everything, I'm off the porch. Fast forward, she was younger, but her dose was older. I was young enough, full of cum, couldn't afford it. She not a gold digger, she just deserved every dollar that I saw. I used to catch the bus to see her in Willow Grove. I used to run off through the crib to get the phone to my old head small. Text me, what is going on? Don't ever let him get you like that, but he was wrong. She was the one, but when I left, I was torn, heart broke like a bone. I was crying on the phone, begging to get her home. I swear that pain from that trauma still burn. So now you know why it's hard for me to love, why it's hard for me to trust, why it's hard to be to us. Don't underestimate puppy love, that ain't lust. The sex, the money, the death, the drugs. How you gonna treat it when you living in the fall? Through art, through music, through groups, through love. I promise I'ma treat it till we all healed up. The sex, the money, the death, the drugs. How you gonna treat it when you living in the fall? Through art, through music, through groups, through love. I promise I'ma treat it till we all healed up. Bonjour, Emily.
Yeah. Microphone. We have the psychological trauma. Basically, it's the damage that occurs to the mind after it's like too much stress. Stress that you can't cope with. Just to piggyback off what you was just saying earlier, the way I cope with stress is like, I like dance, or I talk to my friends. You got that song? That song right?
Oh, do I got it? Oh yeah, that's great. Come on up. I need that up top. Okay, we in for a treat. Teamwork make the dream work. You let me get that ready for you.
Oh, yeah, you guys could only do this time.
And what you were saying? How you like to treat your trauma?
By dancing. Just a little something.
Thank you for that.
I'm definitely feeling a little nervous up here, so the dancing kind of helps.
It's all about. So one more again, tell me what's psychological trauma? In your own words.
In my own words?
Yeah.
Like how I deal with it?
Yeah, well, what is it and how you deal with it? You just told us about dancing, but yeah.
So basically what it is psychological trauma happens after you can't deal with the trauma that you're dealing with. Like you can't cope with it, you can't do nothing with it, you're just stuck. That's when it comes to psychological trauma. And that's when it weighs heavy in your head. And like I said, you can't cope with it.
And how you figure it out?
How do I figure it out?
How you deal with it?
I I've been dancing since I was about 3, so that's just what I do to have fun, take my mind off of things.
Solid. All right, well, let's get ready for the next set. Take this play. Yeah. Bonjour. It's Jon McKay. Let's get it. I got my mind made up. I'm taking these streets, and for the record, I'm raping these beats. If you love it, better tuck it, cause I'm pleasing these freaks. Without a dime, I'm a king on these streets. I'm a king for rolling peace on these streets. I'm a paper chaser like a H-man till I'm getting major figures like it's not 8 man. When the figures had the city on spans, now it's strong. Free Manny Strong, and Manny Strong, J.R. and up the dirty night. They try to take my uncle life, yeah. And 5 out of mine, but I'm high as a kite floating. From Philly to France, them cover the check, so I'm gutted. No budget, but I still scream fuck it, cause the hood gon' love it. The hood gon' touch it. This is for the G's, I mean for the fleas. Who claim they G's for spending a couple G's, or maybe a couple M's, or even a couple B's. But it don't mean nothing when you run around front and I'm coming. I'm coming. You see, I can break it down, you can't Google my town. They shake us down just for standing around. In the schools, no books, they just breaking us down. Plotting, sabotage until they chaining us down. No, it ain't no brotherly love, it's all cheesesteaks. I mean beef with no cheese when the heat spray. All this killing over he say, she say. I'm here to make a change with my name, Reverend E.A. From Philly to France, I swear I gotta change. To make a name, make a change, make a stance. For the real, and the kids without a dad. For the real, and the kids that track without a chance. I got it in and got it out by the ground. Now it's time to get it in and get it out by the sound. Many stronger for a ground, break it down. I was like outside of these streets this time around. Just follow me, it ain't no coward in me. I devour the beast. I just know it ain't no power in heat, cause all the power in speech. Ask the king, Martin Luther Jr. He had a dream with a speech. He made a scene that was time to use the game we was taught to make a change. Yeah. So it's life outside of the streets, man. From Philly to France. It's your main man, Black Seas. We gotta make a change, man. Follow Barack Obama all day. Just like you know, add the soda to the coke to make the cane. It's time to use your brain. Yeah. It's a track I did back in 2007 when we started Life Outside the Streets. We started Life Outside the Streets. We started Life Outside the Streets in 2007. And that summer, I had already started Manny Strong Records, which is a record company named after my uncle. Manny Strong was in jail for life for a crime he did not commit, for a murder he didn't do. 39th District framed him, for his intelligence. He was like 21, 22, he earned 3 property buildings, one a storefront with a store connected to it. I mean, a 3-story apartment building with a store connected to it right there at 18th Ontario, where you might have seen a mural for Lil Rucky on there. One of the major figures, legends, long live Lil Rucky. One of my childhood first best friends that got murdered, you heard me mention in the Treat Your Trauma track. But in 2007, we started Life Outside the Streets because after going to Girard College, I realized that although I lived in the same city and my friends and family members grew up in the same city, and we grew up against the same traumas, because I was at Girard and getting a different curriculum, it equipped me with a different set of tools. And when I realized it was just the curriculum, When we look at our background, our neighborhood, it wasn't just the curriculum now I know, it was also the fact that we were in a safe environment inside Gerard, protected by a wall. We didn't never have to worry about getting robbed or anything on campus. Yeah, there were fights and stuff, but that was never anything, my safety wasn't anything I ever thought or feared about while I was there. Not to mention there were quality staff there, we called them house parents. So during the school day we had teachers, but after school we had house parents. And they really lived up to that name, most of them, because they were like parents from home, whereas though now they call them RAs, and titles make a difference. Because, for me, a parent is a different title that comes with a higher level of responsibility than an advisor, than a residential advisor. You get what I'm saying? It lets the staff person know. But saying all that to say, in 2007, I was, the city probably wasn't in the best state, but whatever it was, I came across the city had every rec center in the city of Philly was open. They were hosting movie nights, free dance parties. They had all these camps that were free or low cost. And at this time, we didn't have, social media to spread the word. So basically, when I came across this, I had paid money to print out hundreds of copies. And I wrote a letter to Sneaker Villa asking them to partner with us to connect families with this. Like, I just knew families didn't know. And it was like, wow, people, it's so many, we need so many more resources, but at the same time, there are so many resources that people are just not connected to. So Life Outside the Streets was really birthed out of, how can we connect people to the resources? So kind of like tonight, people love music and hip hop, so we're bringing the message of healing and the resource to stop the violence to the entertainment. So that's how Life Outside the Streets was formed. And in this one, we printed out all these copies of the free or low-cost camps and programs, and parents, just for simply taking a copy of it, got a discount at the store or a giveaway from the table. And then we moved into throwing skating parties at Carmen's Skating Rink. And we would throw them, the first one we threw was in 07, it was on Christmas Day, and that was our first recreational piece. Throw a skating party, get your resource bag with the resources you need. And since then, Life Outside the Streets has been the give back. Main Strong Records has been our for-profit. And now, even though Main Strong Records started out first, which is most of my music, is music that I made when I was a kid, that you hear me up here performing, even though I say it's still hanging with the ranks, with the new music. But, and my brother here, Hakeem Young, also known as SK or Street Knowledge, even though we started out making music, now Life Outside the Streets is the priority. I'm getting back into using music to bridge the gap, to get people engaged, and I would say 90% of the shooters and violence are connected to music, especially hip hop. If they're not doing hip hop, they connected to those that do it. So, most of them are looking for a shot to get on a stage like this and a platform like this. And now Life Outside the Streets, along with all of our community partners like the Black Diamonds, the Burning Bulls, Farm Republic, Instagram, influencers like Queen LaShaw, our host, everybody coming together. Now we have a platform. We got a Roku channel, we got a channel on Roku. So as we're now recruiting for content, we can put everybody on TV that they dying to get on, that they're begging and following celebrities for. Now the professionals, the people that care, that's down here doing the work, we're the gatekeepers of Hollywood. You understand? We got a Roku channel, we got our platforms. That's all they want, is to be on our platform. So Life Outside the Streets is dedicated to that work. We're going to get ready for the next performance and bring the host up here so we can learn a little bit more about trauma and get on to the next performance. Let's go.
Next thing we're going to talk about is self-care. Self-care self-care activities should basically stimulate your mind, body, and spirit in a positive way. Like having a plan for self-care can help you deal with daily stress. It can help you overcome daily stress, actually. Like the more you do something or the better that you get with it, you'll probably not be stressing about that particular thing anymore.
Which one? What's up on your self-care plan outside of dancing?
I would say probably like helping others as far as like spirit go. As long as I'm helping somebody else, making somebody else's day, like I'm a licensed cosmetologist, sometimes I'll give out free like hairstyles and that'll just make somebody else's day better. And that can also make my day better as well. Basically just giving back and better my spirit.
I told y'all treating trauma was fun. Look at that. You get to heal just by giving back. Make some noise for the queen while we get ready. Let's go. Everybody listening. Come on. Shout out to LA Dub on the beat. All I see is faces, crying from the pain, hoping for a change, going insane. I trust the Lord, but I ain't just praying. I'm working on the plan so I can make a change. I ain't talking about a rock crusade, I'm talking about a change like when Jesus came. I can complain that my boss doesn't see, but I'd rather make sure that my daughter always see. Me, see, I can make a change, just like you if you use your brain. I never made it rain with my change, instead I made it rain with the dots that I bring. I used to hit the block with the cane, down while telling my name. I used to load the blocks with the things, now look stop with my change. If it ain't no hope for the youth, then it ain't no hope for the future. Pop told us, but we wanna try to listen. Now we wonder why kids in detention. Send us instead of college and business. Send us instead of saints on the mission. We run us until we do to assist. And us working against us until we take a dip for the broke vision and restore hope and the faith in our vision and save our children. All they want is the game to make millions. So we won't give them the game to make good. So dreams work for the money and make millions. We started our violence and we didn't on the cellar. We started our violence and we couldn't know what else. Smart as the new gangster, that was the new villain. That's right, smart as the new gangster, that was the new villain. We hope and we hope and we hope for change. We hope and we hope and we hope for change. We hope and we hope and we hope for change. We hope and we hope and we hope. Take that off. I said, if it ain't no hope for the youth, then it ain't no hope for the future. Pop told us, but we wasn't trying to listen. Now we wonder why kids in detention. Sinners instead of college and business. Sinners instead of saints on the mission. We win us, but still we lose to a system that's working against us until we take a different approach to our mission to restore hope and the faith in our vision to save our children. All they want is the game to make millions. So we gonna give them the game to make trillions. Show them dreams worth more than money and Meek Miller. We started from the bottom, now we standing on the ceiling. We started out violent, and we killing them with healing. Smart as the new gangster, dumb as the new villain. That's right, smart as the new gangster, dumb as the new villain.
Next thing we're going to talk about is how to respond to stress. Like it's just your stress response system. I'm going to just read it off the paper because it is like a lot. And I feel like I can get a lot of information from this.
Let's go, queen. It's important. Let's go.
response system, or fight or flight response, is the emergency reaction system of the body. It is there to keep you safe in emergencies. The stress response includes physical and throughout process to your perception of various situations. Once the system is damaged, individuals begin to fight or flight in circumstances that are not emergencies, such as break up with a loved one. It also damages a person's ability to process things correctly. Treating your trauma is also a part of the healing process to restore that system. Exercise, mindfulness, and meditation activities can help us complete the stress response cycle.
Thank you for that. So just to sum it up, the stress response system is your fight or flight system. It's your body's natural system on how it deals with stress. However, when you experience trauma at high volumes, then it damages that stress response system. And I'm gonna tell you in a second what that damage looks like. Hold on, I had to get my man loaded up. Yeah, man. What's your name, bro? We got King Hustler in the building. Make some noise for him. So, we get him a mic. So you're gonna come up when I'm done, so man, you ready? But let me tell y'all about this stress response system. So your stress response system, when it's damaged, this is very important. When your stress response system is damaged, let's talk about when it's working right. So when our stress response system is working right, our fight or flight system, they like to use the story of like if you're in the woods and you see a bear. If you're in the woods and you see a bear, your body is going to automatically take flight. If it don't feel like it can defend itself, and it feel like it can defend itself, it's going to fight, right? It's going to take the bear down, or it might freeze. And then after you're safe and you talk about it, you get it out, your brain is designed to reset. It's probably going to be even stronger. You won't be as scared as you were when you saw the bear, and everything is back in order.